To the talk. I'm your host, Mike Nice, the nicest kid around today. Today I have. Oh, you're a New York fan too, right?
Yes, sir.
You may have to go because I'm a Boston Red Sox fan.
That's too bad, really.
That's what I like to hear.
Thank you, Shane. Well, I'm a Boston Red Sox fan.
They were playing golf early this year.
First fall in love with tattoos.
Wow.
What age did you first get your
You got
tattoo?
Tatum here.
I was 36 years old when I got my first tattoo. I was married with a kid and ran a business for years. Was clean, businessman.
You was a tattoo business?
So
He killed
the
there.
way I really got into tattoos is I went to New Haven Studio.
Okay.
And I asked, look, I don't like this tattoo anymore.
Yep.
I'd like to get it covered up. And a guy named Christian Demena from Studio Z came up with a plan and put a samurai over my arm with the color that, worked out to color over the blue. And after I got that tattoo, I met some of the people in the studio, Dave being one of them. He worked there at the time, and I became friendly with all the people. They were great people, artists, very friendly, very good people, and I met all these new people through this, and started getting more and more tattoos and really getting hooked on it. Once you get one tattoo, you just want to get another one. And what it does is,
Covered eventually and stuff.
Let's see it. Where is
That's
it?
a little bit later.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I got interested in trying to do tattoos because I came out of art school and I wanted to do a career in art, and I figured, it's an interesting one. You get to deal with a lot of different people, and you get to put art on people. People are wearing something that you created for the rest of their lives in most cases.
Yep.
So it really drew me in, and then eventually I found an apprenticeship with Dave at our old shop, and another friend of ours, Christian Perez, who the two of them are the ones that have tattooed all of my arms here, and several other things. And I'm just
What age? They're tail
better
fighting?
personally, yeah.
Nice.
So look,
Let's see. Nice tail fighting. I like that.
Those are tails.
So it looks kind of like gay monkeys, which is really why I want to get it covered up. That's what happens with a lot of people with their first tattoo, though. They don't think about it, and they don't think about the design. They just want to get something.
Okay.
Shop in West David.
I like that.
Oh.
Good. You didn't want to put the whole G
No,
on
and then it kind of escalated from there. A few years later, like Mike, I'm also a business owner, and I deal with a lot of customers. I go to customers' houses every day, so I wanted to kind of just keep it under wraps.
Okay.
But then I had a son and wanted to put my son's name on my
And
arm,
what's your son name?
Zachary.
Zachary. Okay.
So I
That's a
had
nice
this
name.
done back in 2006. Then I had some problems,
Yep.
some family issues,
Yep.
and then after that I had met Dave over here on
Dave is like the ringleader. Everybody's met Dave, and from there,
Dave is the
tattoo
ringleader.
hit.
Yeah,
Good.
I met Dave a few years ago and
Uh-huh.
told him that a design that I wanted, and we just kind of just took it from there because some people pass away in my family.
Yep.
So I had went up to him, told him I wanted a skull, told him which kind of design. We collaborated and came up with an idea. So he just got a
Ooh,
skull.
I like
It's
that.
just about done.
I like that.
Started that about 4 years ago.
Yep. Then this was for
How many sessions did that take? Like a
This
million?
one-
A billion?
That was actually done in one sitting,
Yeah,
and
this
then we
one
just
took one.
went over it to make it match what we had just
We did
done
this
at the
about-
bottom.
Oh,
we redid it about 4 weeks ago. Then what? 2 years ago?
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, my wife and my father had passed away
okay.
about a
Sorry to
month
hear that.
apart. So, in the back of the cards, I actually got the little inscription put on my forearm
Yep.
with the little rosary beads.
Okay.
Yeah, I could start. So, ever since then, started learning about tattoos, and I never really wanted any. I wanted to be the one tattoo artist with no tattoos, but nobody
That went
trusts the
far.
skinny chef. You know what I mean? You gotta,
That went far.
I actually had a friend pass away, so my first tattoo, like a lot of people's first tattoos, was a memorial. So it started with this one here, which is lyric with some stained glass, and then just went haywire from there. I just started getting tattooed.
I know America has always painted a picture of people with tattoos are big biker guys.
Right.
Maybe they smoke, they're big, they're tough. But as new generations have unfolded, now it's like you could see people, singers, actors, I don't know about any politicians yet, but maybe that'll be our generation. But the trend has changed. Have
Oh,
you
yeah.
noticed that? It hasn't.
Well, the most important thing is there's actual artists involved in it. Before, people went to art school and they went into the gallery scene in New York painting, doing paintings. Now people graduate art school and they want to learn how to tattoo. It's like the thing to do these days. It's a way to make money and it's a way to express yourself. You can take a painting and hang it as long as you want and then put it in the closet. You get a tattoo, it's there, unless you come back and have it covered.
So wait, now you don't have to draw a picture for him. I mean, you got to do more than that to show him that you guys are legit.
You're inspected by the health department, and then you have to take courses from the Red Cross on airborne,
Bloodborne pathogens.
bloodborne pathogen training, just so you know what you can touch and what you can't touch.
But you don't have to. Do you actually have to tattoo somebody to practice before you?
Oh yeah, that's what an apprenticeship is about.
Okay.
So you have someone who is certified watch over you,
Okay.
and they'll tell you, look, you can't touch that bottle of ink with that bloody glove on. You need to take the glove off, grab the ink. And don't touch the ink bottle to the ink well, because then it's now on the bottle. There's all the stuff you don't think about when you're using pencils, because you could touch the pencils and put them on the table. Everything has to be within that sterile field, and that's the hardest thing about teaching someone who thinks they know how to tattoo, because they don't know any of that. So you have to go back and erase all the stuff that they've been mistaught or taught themselves. So it's better to get someone who doesn't know a thing about tattoos. They're just an artist, and then you can teach them the whole sterile technique and then let them go from there.